What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Fiction Tea Review. So this is a mystery crime theme show. It's about starring Uma Thurman, who plays this assassin who actually wakes up after a coma, and once she wakes up after a coma, she starts to seek revenge on the people who put her in the coma, including Bill, hence the title of the movie. So one thing about this movie is the color schemes. The color schemes are so versatile. They go from this black and white scene of like maybe throwback, silent movie throwback vibes where it was just black and white, there was no color, and it would go to these bright, beautiful colors. Characters were very intense, very striking. I loved how Vivica and Uma's character was just fighting in broad daylight while the windows were up and glass was broken, the table was covered in blood. The table was broken and they were covered in blood. Music fits perfectly, it really brings out the theme, and it works well with the entire movie and all the elements. The scene when she wakes up in the coma in the hospital bed and in tears, and we slowly watch her escape and get consciousness of her legs, priceless. The graphic novel scenes and the elements were perfect. This film really involves everything. One of the best scenes is when they're all sitting at the table talking, and the guy's talking while she's talking, and she takes her sword and she just chops his neck off, and I'm like, and the blood is just spurting out. Wonderful. The best scene has to be at the end where Uma Thurman's character was fighting the schoolgirl who is straight out of an anime. It just gets better and better when she goes from fighting the schoolgirl to fighting all the people, all the men that are seeked on her, and she's just killing everybody, and she's just assassinating everyone, and just beautiful blood scene, honestly. And yeah, they start moving closer and closer and closer. It actually reminds me of a Michael Jackson video. I think it's Smooth Criminal, or one of those videos where Michael Jackson is like about to get jumped, or he's about to start dancing and everyone's like moving closer in on him. I wonder if he got that from this, or did they get that from him? Interesting. But that was a great scene, and that entire fight with her fighting all of them and the way that they changed the colors, it kind of went in and out of colors. I like that they weren't afraid to use different colors and to involve different aspects. And you can definitely tell that this was Japanese inspired in a lot of ways. I also noticed that because Uma Thurman's character is called the Black Mamba, that black mambas are known to be poisonous snakes, hence volume 2. That there would be moments where it would go, into black and white scenes, and then I started thinking, like, maybe it's going into black and white scenes because she's Black Mamba, she's known as a snake, and her vision changes, and snakes, their vision, the way they can see the world is different from how we can see it, and maybe that's why it's black and white in a lot of the scenes where she's fighting, because she goes into this different mode. She was focusing more on her prey before she was about to kill. That blue shadow hue fight sword scene was perfect. The sound effects, the spraying of the blood, I was like, yeah, this is definitely inspired by a Japanese film, and I'm pretty sure he did a lot of research. I was like, that poor lady, man, she gotta clean up all those dead bodies and that blood, or somebody. Just imagine, like, when that part is over, that part of the set, like, who's cleaning that stuff up? Wow. Yikes. But yeah, films like this really make me appreciate the stunt double people, the people who do props, makeup, who really puts this together, because this is really a team effort. And that scene with the fake snow at the end, I really, really liked that scene. I liked how they did that. They just used every type of element in this film, and I'm not like a huge fan of Quentin Tarantino, but Kill Bill is probably one of my favorites out of all his films. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. Comment below, let me know your thoughts on the film. Do you guys want to see a review of Volume 2? Because I did watch it and I did take some notes down. Also, you can watch this on Netflix, like I said before. Okay, before you go, get you a copy of Rain by me. It is a self-published book about a group of young adults in a psych ward. It is a psychological thriller. They all have mental illnesses. They get this new counselor who's trying to figure out what's going on with them and their mental illnesses, but he slowly starts to discover there's more to the story than them just having mental illnesses, and that the place that they're in, the psych ward, is having some sort of effect on his mind as well as theirs, and that not only are these kids all connected, but they might even have some sort of science fiction abilities. All right, so let's get into the reading. All right, so last time we stopped, Joseph was having his in and out flashbacks. He was kind of having his, like, he was transforming into his schizophrenic episodes, and he was having a flashback about hearing voices, and this is Joseph actually having his visual flashback. Standing afar is a silhouette shadow figure in the shape of a woman. It's pressed against the wall, poised, waiting for its photo to be taken. Its eyes penetrate my flesh like some random child staring at your ice cream cone, ready to murder you over it in the supermarket. They're wide, paranoid, and frightened, feline kitten eyes, searching for its owner, its mother, its home. A black mist spurs from its backside. The smoke pulls me into its vortex of doom. My feet lift from the floor, floating into the shadowy, sticky web. The dark mist reaches out and caresses my cheek, the same way she did, my mother. Her hand is cold like ice, but nostalgic, like that time she rubbed and kissed my cheek after I fell down in the park chasing after Leon. Leon? No, it's Jake? I forget. The mist lingers around my brother. Oh no. Jake, behind you! Its hand is outstretching like an elastic rubber band, grabbing Jake by the neck. It suffocates him, squeezing the life from his body. I try to move away from the darkness into the light, but I can't. The darkness has consumed me. It has left me to stand and watch. My eyes close shut. I can hear the screams, the voices. Make it stop! Make them stop! Please, stop! Hey. Hey, you alright? An indistinct voice asks. So now, after he was screaming, make it stop, please, he was kind of having, like, his episode and going crazy, and now it's shifting out of his episode and going back to, like, what's really taking place in front of him. Hey, you alright? An indistinct voice asks. The figure smiles, disappearing. For a moment, there is silence. Then footsteps. Hard, angry, pressed footsteps. A faint murmur escapes my mouth like a baby kitten. I hope he doesn't hit me. No! I'm sorry, I weep on the hexagons. I'm so sorry. The tears just keep coming. I try to suppress them, but they're here. Everyone get down! Now! Sweat drips from his face. So Joseph's slowly coming out of his episode, and what's taking place in front of him is other people who are there talking, like the other kids and the counselor, and we're gonna get into who was that was just yelling and screaming. What? What's going on? He's coming out of his episode. Now, take cover! Someone yells. Who is that? Yeah, my brain vibrates. It's just Teo. It seems my reality has clocked back in. I even hear Tracy's high-pitched laughter. Do you see where you started? She asks a newbie who stands in trepidation. In case you guys didn't know, the newbie is the counselor. That's the nickname that they gave him. Do you even know what you're doing? She laughs. Not waiting for a response, a female voice intervenes. You have no idea, do you? Her voice is ice, cold and sharp like an icicle. Nihil. The newbie takes a deep inhale, then exhale, before gathering his courage to speak. All right, Joseph. Everything is fine. He stutters. Please, calm down. He stares into my eyes. His hands reach out to touch me. And Teo, he continues, I'll give you a new chair, don't worry. He swallows his spit. Oh, okay? He grabs his chair and walks over towards Teo, but Nihil interferes. I wouldn't if I were you. She glances over at Teo, who's rolling over on the floor, yelling for everyone to take cover. It's just the last person who tried to snap him out of it, well, she shrugs, melancholy. Got his arm broken off. Just let him be. The last guy who tried to stop Teo was one of Nihil's real friends, Koali. Unlike us, it seems he knew more about Nihil, like they shared some sort of bond or romance. Nihil was different back then. Much happier. Newbie nods in agreement.